Hey friends, this is Dolynny TV. Good morning to you. Glad to have you aboard here on the channel as we get set up to discuss something that I think is obviously been a big part of the discussion over the past several months as we transition to the end of August and a potential Leon Draisaitl contract. So before we get too far set up into the video right now, take the rest of the video, but I want to encourage you now to hit that subscribe button here on Dolynny TV, right? Take the rest of the video, go poke around the channel, but if it's what you're about, right? If you're here for Edmonton Oilers news, consider hitting that subscribe button because we've still got a lot to get to this summer. I keep promising that, and all of a sudden the news just kind of dries up out of nowhere, but to be honest with you, yeah, it is going to still be a busy summer. Leon Draisaitl contract, potential Cody Ceci trade, Holloway, and of course Broberg. And then you've got as well the general manager search, which should, according to Jeff Jackson in an interview this past week, whatever you want to say, wrap up this upcoming week. So bear with me. It'll all solve itself soon. But the one thing that I think just kind of ticks me off this summer in terms of looking out there for what's out there for news, what's out there for potential topics to talk about is the continued kind of pattern seeing Leon Draisaitl connected to the Boston Bruins. And why that ticks me off to some degree is we know there is no panic right now for the Edmonton Oilers. There's none whatsoever. There's none on Leon Draisaitl's side, right? I think it's pretty clear for Draisaitl right now from everything we've heard from his agent, everything the Oilers have done this offseason, everything that he's now training with McDavid again here this past week. It's just kind of, you need to take the time on this one, right? You don't want to rush the contract extension and both sides screw themselves, but you need a GM in place for the Oilers. That's been the prerequisite from Leon Draisaitl's agent, and secondarily as well when it comes to it is the timeline is end of August. And I mean, not to sit here and say we got a long summer ahead of us still, but 11 days in July and then about 25 to 30 days until you're into late August. In August, that's a lot of days to cover in an NHL offseason for something to happen. So in my mind, I think we're perfectly fine here, and it just ticks me off seeing the Leon Draisaitl rumors because it's the same thing with Connor McDavid rumors. It's just other fan bases just unhappy the fact that the Oilers do have two elite players, and I think now there's even more discontentment with the Oilers having two of the best players in the NHL simply because you've gone to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final, and heaven forbid the Oilers actually have a competitive window that lasts more than 1 year, right? So this is where I'm really excited to see this kind of wrap up tidy, like I've pitched to you here already, is just, it's going to take some time. It's going to take the duration of the summer, one might think. But I know that talking to people, talking to some other hockey fans out there, it's just, yes, the connection for Draisaitl to Boston to make sense of it all, 100%. I can see where that connection can be made, but it's a little early to be talking about that until we hear something out of the Draisaitl camp or something out of the Oilers general manager chair where it's like, no, we're done here. It's a little early to be talking trade rumors on Leon Draisaitl, and that's like I said, just kind of ticks me off a little bit, but hey, it is what it is, right? I mean, how many years did we have to suffer through Connor McDavid trade rumors? I think I remember 18, 19 pretty well. And, never ended up happening, never went through. So that's the best part about the rumors when it comes to our big guys is they are committed to Edmonton. They want to be here. They want to win as Edmonton Oilers. And obviously they came within a goal and a half, I guess you could say, of doing that in the Stanley Cup Final Game 7 against the Florida Panthers here in 2024. So, I know there's one other side to YouTube as well. These videos stay up forever unless you delete them. And, guess what? There's plenty of time for someone way down in the future to hang this one over us Edmonton Oilers fans saying, don't panic, we got plenty of time, whatever. But, no, I truly believe when it comes to Draisaitl, everything you've heard this summer so far, everything you heard in the spring really is just going to bang, 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 fall into place here over the next 5-6 weeks, whatever you want to say. And then just like that, that whole Boston rumor, wherever else Draisaitl's been rumored to be going, will be up and done. The Oilers are locked in for the next at least 3 years with McDavid's contract too. So we then see what, well, I guess it would be 2 years now, but you kind of see what happens from here for the Oilers and the top two stars as we try to win that Stanley Cup here over the next several years. I think definitely the competitive window is at least the next 2 years, if not at least 3 to 5 more years, where it should be a deep run minimum conference finals 4 to 5 years. I know there's always that freak year where you have injuries, right? I would say that's 17, 18, 18, 19 all over again. So those 2 years, there was a lot that happened on that Oilers rosters, right? Skara, Clefbaum. There was a bunch of other injuries across the lineup. The mysterious fall off of Leon Draisaitl, right? And I think for the Oilers, yeah, you know what? We've gone through a window now where we've been to the playoffs 5 years in a row. We are probably bound for a bad year, whether it's a first round exit or whether it's just injury plagued year at some point. But for right now, taking care of business is the number one priority. And I believe it's quite simple that it will get done. And then, yeah, it's just you go out there and ride that wave, right? And we'll be all laughing about, remember the time Bruins fans were being told they were going to get Draisaitl that summer? Whatever. And I know I'm picking on the Draisaitl of the Bruins rumor. That one has been the most constant, strongest rumor. Kind of like that one about Holland over to the Columbus Blue Jackets, if that inevitably ever happens. Or Woodcroft to the Columbus Blue Jackets, which might happen as well. But yeah, it really is just a situation for the Oilers right now as you look through the rest of this summer of the largest, biggest thing hanging over top of your team's head is the fact that Leon Draisaitl does not have a contract beyond this next season. And number one priority should be taking care of that. And that, of course, is why Cody Ceci is kind of a break glass in case of emergency situation for the Oilers. Because, yeah, you need to worry about this year's cap, but you also need to worry about kind of taking care of next year. And if you have to sign Broberg to a little bit bigger of a deal just to solidify him in your defense a little longer, then you're going to have to definitely make sure you have Cody Ceci's trade chip available to be played at the right time after you sign Leon Draisaitl to his extension that kicks in next July 1st. So, friends, thanks for being aboard here this morning. I know a little bit more of a talkative, I guess you could say, episode than usual, but hey, we'll get through it and we'll go from there, and we'll hit the golf course there with Gillis TV and the Oilers Fanatic here at about noon, and then have a good day here in southern Alberta as it appears the smoke is rolling in from up north. So for those of you up north that have been dealing with it for a few days, tough go. Hope you're doing all right. Stay indoors, whatever you got to do, and hey, rest up. It's going to be a long rest of the summer like I'm promising here. This is Dolynny TV. I'm up on out of here.